Well, welcome aboard. See lots of familiar faces on our panel list here, so welcome aboard. If you don't know me, I'm Dr. Ken Olson. I am the Managing Director of Aurora Anodyne Pain and Wellness Solutions. And welcome to our After Hours at Anodyne and our Lounge and Learn series. So today's topic is your survival guide to cold and flu season. Recently, obviously our COVID-19 and coronavirus have taken front stage. So we've learned lots of new healthy practices with our cold and flu season or for prevention of illness. And today we're going to expand on those. So today's topic is your survival guide to cold and flu season. And I want to make this light. I want to make it informative. And I really hope to make an impact for you. So as we get started, one of the things I want you to continue. So down at the bottom of your control panel, there's a Q&A section. So if you have any questions as we move about, you're certainly more than welcome to go ahead and raise your hand and or add a question there, and Emily and I will go ahead and get to that. So as we look at your health and wellness, I believe that your best defense to illness is a strong health-oriented offense. And Bridget Collins says, we're custodians of our body. We must take action to employ healthy lifestyle habits to prevent, reduce, and or manage disease and illness. So my whole philosophy is that if we can create healthy habits, we can reduce the risk of becoming sick. So our whole strategy is about preventing or surviving the cold and flu season, is about keeping your body in the best possible spot. As we move through this process, the information presented in this program is only educational in nature. It is not intended to diagnose, cure, nor anything in the program is intended to prevent or represent that we're preventing you from getting sick. Obviously, we recognize that we can't do that, but we do want to give you strategies on how you can take control of your own health. So the flu by the numbers, there's about 38 million flu illnesses each year, about 400,000 flu hospitalizations, and 22,000 flu deaths. We know that that's not getting reported as much or as getting as much recognition this year or last year due to the coronavirus. But cold and flu still attacks, and I think we still should be very proactive about boosting our immune system, even in the midst of the pandemic. And while the things that we're going to share, they're general considerations to keep you healthy, regardless if it's from the pandemic or cold or flu or otherwise. So I believe there's really 3 steps to a healthy offense. And one is our mindset, so a strong mind, and then how we physically take care of our body, and then how do we nurture ourselves through proper self-care. So what we think about is what we bring about. So I absolutely encourage patients, especially in this era, this time and age, where there's so much polarization, there's so much negativity. We have so many comparative strategies on social media that we're always judging ourselves against others. One, we really have to give ourselves a lot of grace, and you have to ensure that you're nurturing your mind. So, for me, sometimes I feel like there's a battleground going on in my brain, positive thoughts versus negative thoughts. So we really have to get into discipline about taking care of our minds. And so I highly recommend the Power Hour, starting your day off right. There was some really awesome research done that looked at the most successful and the healthiest people on the planet. And there was something that was very consistent with them, which is how they started their day. First of all, a great majority of them wake up early. And now don't get me wrong, I'm going to talk about getting your necessary sleep. But when we get up and get moving in the morning, are very proactive about what we do, we set our mindset right. So I recommend 20 minutes of meditation, prayer, reflection, 20 minutes of reading something positive. And that can be spiritual, it can be motivational, it can be something that really enlightens your day. I would encourage you not to do that reading on an electronic device. So stay away from your cell phone right away, stay away from your iPad, because it's too easy to get trapped into social media or Facebook and YouTube or these other things that may take your energy to something not so positive. And then really consider getting moving in the morning, 20 minutes of any kind of movement. So I try to start every day with 20 minutes of prayer meditation, 20 minutes of something positive, and then 20 minutes of movement, even if it's light yoga or stretching or foam roll, or if you have a home exercise program. These are things that are really helpful. And then you have to manage your social emotional stress. So yes, healthy boundaries are okay. And be considerate of your boundaries with news and television and your iPad and your phone and social media. Be mindful and limit stressful encounters. We all have people in our lives that suck the energy out of us or that aren't positive. So we may have to limit our time around them, especially if we're not feeling as well as we might otherwise. And then look for healthy outlets. It's really important to be deliberate and intentional about having joy in your life, finding something that you like to do. And whether that's talking to somebody or whether that's getting out and doing your favorite habit or your favorite hobby, whether it's writing, something, find joy in something every single day. And then I absolutely believe that we need to talk more, and not just talk the social graces, but we really have to be able to vent and get what's on our mind off our mind and clear that up for positive energy. And so talk to somebody. I'm a big proponent of counseling, or a therapist or a trusted friend, or find a support group or social group. But we have to be able to be voicing these emotions and really what we're thinking about. If it's not super positive, we have to be able to name that to claim it. And now my slide's not working. There we go. So I really think it's important to stay connected to your spiritual self. So whatever that looks like for you, for me, that's I call my spiritual self, and my spiritual relationship is with God. But whatever you find that your spiritual energy comes up a level or is at a higher energy space, that's what you really need to be doing to keep your mind in a healthy spot. And so that can be meditation, it can be yoga, it can be whatever you find that helps you connect to your spiritual process. And then certainly we have to take care of our physical body. So in our physical body, it's about what we put in our body, and it's about how we take care of the structure. So the most important thing I could remind you of is your water. Hydration is absolutely the most important nutrient that you could put in your body. And we see it all the time in our practice. Patients get into this time in this season where it's cold out and they're not drinking enough water. So you really need 8 ounce glasses of water, or more specifically, take your body weight, divide it in half, and that's the daily ounces of water you need. A reminder is that things like coffee and alcohol actually deplete your hydration. So those actually count against you and not for you. So one really simple thing, just start getting more water every day. And if you could look at 5 to 6 ounces of water every 20 minutes, you're going to do really well with that. And then think about your healthy eating. So I like to simplify this, which is stay away from the things that are white: sugar, flour, things that are not nutrient dense. Okay, so we want to limit our calories that are from things that are not healthy from us, like sugars and saturated fats and maybe sodium, high sodium foods. And watch your beverages. So there's a lot of calories and there's a lot of sugars in a lot of drinks that we may not really be aware of. So think about that. And then your eating pattern should really represent a broad spectrum of stuff. So I see a lot of people who think that they eat healthy, but then they snack and they snack crummy. So they might have a healthy meal, but their snacks are not good. You really want to look at the complexity of your meals here. So follow a healthy pattern across your whole entire lifespan. Think about the appropriate calorie level for you to maintain a healthy body weight. If you're trying to lose weight, we do have to watch the caloric intake. And then as you bring in food, I like to think about nutrient dense food. So how I simplify this is think about eating as much color, as much variables in color as you can in any given meal and across and throughout the day. And then even with great nutrition, even those people who eat nearly perfectly, I still believe that supplementation is super important. And that's where I think we can do a really good job of adding something externally to help us boost our nutrition and boost our defense, specifically against cold and flu. So I'm going to talk to you specifically about recommendations that I make and that our office makes. We use a company called Botanicals Research. And the reason we recommend Botanicals Research is not all supplements are created equal. And yes, there's supplements all over that you can find. Some are inexpensive. You can get them off of direct shipping. You can get them at Walgreens. But you really need to consider what you pay for and the value of that versus what's in the product. So one of the reasons we love Botanicals Research is active component testing. So every material that goes in is tested for its active components. So all the raw ingredients are tested to ensure that they're going to be active as they enter your body. And then again, that formula is then confirmed. Once the product has been formulated, it's tested again before it's gone to distribution so that it's still in an active state and readily usable by your body. Botanicals Research also tests for all heavy metal. So this is one of the great things about Botanicals Research is I actually know that they reject raw product sourcing because of contamination. And so they are very stringent about how and what they test for, including heavy metals. And that's really important when we talk about fat emulsified nutrition, which we will in a second. The other reason I like Botanicals Research is they were a research company before they were a supplement company. So Botanicals was working on proprietary formulas to help with things like immunity and cellular growth and cellular repair and anti-aging. And so they have great formularies that include glandular therapy that helps directly boost your immune system. And what that does is lessen the number of different tablets or pills that you have to take in order to get a very broad spectrum solution. And then lastly, every product of Botanicals Research has an NDC or National Drug Code. So this gives both me as a physician and you as a patient the confidence that what's written on the label of the body is actually what's in the supplement and that you're going to get in your body. Most nutritional supplements do not go through that process. They do not have to go through that process. Botanicals elects to do that to set themselves apart and to ensure that their products are the highest quality for each patient. So there are cheaper and less effective supplements out there, but quality and effectiveness can be greatly reduced based on price. So please think about investing in yourself when you go and put a nutritional supplement. So price is what you pay, value is what you get. We really want to make sure that you keep that in perspective. So as I go into the supplement disclaimer, we're providing the following recommendations as most of our patients ask for this. And we've built this over the years and tried to make it as simple as we could. This is about strengthening and boosting your immune system. These supplements do not treat nor prevent disease. And check with your healthcare provider before starting any nutritional supplement. There are particular medications that you have to be aware of how supplements and medications work. So make sure that you do that. If you're a patient of ours, certainly Dr. John can help you with those considerations. And I can help with the dosing and or specific questions as well. So probably the most critical, if I were to have make one recommendation, I think every patient that lives in our region needs to be on a vitamin D. And vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin, so we can get our levels too high. So checking them via a blood test is important. But vitamin D is a hormone, and it's critical in your body's immune defense. So it is one of the most diverse vitamins or hormones out there, and it helps boost your immune system. It helps prevent and decrease the longevity of illness. It helps boost mood. It helps increase restorative sleep. We have seen lots of research out there regarding higher level of vitamin Ds are lessening the longevity of particular illness. We find when we test vitamin D, many of our patients are below 25 nanograms per milliliter. And we really recommend that you should be in a level of about 75 nanograms per milliliter. That's where we feel there's really good immunity and consistent volumes. This product will show your vitamin D levels increasing in as little as 30 days. So dosing, we suggest 2,000 IUs per day. Generally, that's 1 to 2 drops. And this is a really nice nutritional supplement because it's just a single dropper that goes underneath your tongue, very easily absorbed. And so 2,000 IUs when you're feeling well, 20,000 IUs, up to 20,000 IUs if you're feeling sick. This is my second immunity supplement. It's called Bioinozyn Forte, and this is a proprietary blend by Botanicals Research. This is an awesome broad spectrum immune boosting supplement. It has this high levels of vitamin A, and it has this very specific neonatal glandular support that helps stimulate the liver, the spleen, the thymus, and your adrenal glands, all related to immune function. So it's a very unique standalone supplement, but is very, very effective. And then it also contains these essential minerals, things like selenium, copper, manganese, and then zinc. And we've seen high levels of zinc have also helped combat some of the symptoms related to coronavirus. So it's shortened the duration of some of those symptoms of coronavirus. And then it has vitamin B and essential cofactors. So this particular product's just 2 capsules a day when you're feeling well. And I recommend up to 6 if you are symptomatic or going to be around people who are symptomatic. Vitamin C has been well researched. We kind of all heard about this. I still think it's in our list. I don't think it's the most important, but I would put it 3rd on my list of immune building and immune supportive nutrients. So it's an antioxidant. It helps fight inflammation. It encourages white blood cells to fight infection. And there's many different studies out there that show it will reduce the severity and longevity of colds. So this particularly formula is mixed ascorbates and is as calcium and magnesium ascorbates, which is a little easier on your digestive system. So we can increase the dosing relatively high without irritation for most patients. Dosage recommendation, 2 tablets daily as a standard dose, and then up to 8 tablets when symptomatic, and again, as tolerated by the digestive system. The next thing that we talk about is a product called ADP. This is a specific product to Botanicals Research. I really like this. I use this very routinely. ADP is an emulsified oil of oregano. And oil of oregano as emulsified, you're seeing some essential oils that carry it. Biotics has had it in this emulsified tablet form for years, and it helps fight infections. Specifically, can reduce respiratory infections by preventing mucus. It can eliminate parasites from the digestive tract. It is an antifungal and antiviral, and it promotes healthy digestion. And a ton of our immunity actually comes from a healthy working digestive system. So the dosage here is when you're feeling good, 1 to 2 tablets 3 times daily, generally just before your meal. That's when I take it. And then if you're symptomatic, I double that. So I do 2 tablets 2 to 3 times daily. And then the last product we'll talk about today from a illness standpoint is another proprietary product called Ultravirex. And Ultravirex is an antiviral, and it is a proprietary blend. And it is great as you know that you're going to be in an environment that may have greater risk, or you're around people who are greater risk. And yes, I'm talking to all you moms out there with our children who seem to be able to pick up everything and have the runny noses and these sorts of things. Ultravirex is a great supplement to help keep you operating at your best, as we know that moms don't get sick days. And dads sometimes don't either, but certainly our moms are in that maternal loving environment and have less of an opportunity as they're taking care of everybody else. So this is a great proprietary blend of botanical components and key minerals and vitamins to reduce the expression of viral infections. Dosage, 1 capsule 3 times daily when you're feeling well, but you know you're going to be around people who are sick, or it's a time in a season where there's increased risk of illness. And then 2 capsules 3 times a day when you're feeling symptomatic. The last thing I want to talk about is self-care. As I've aged, I've realized that self-care is absolutely critical. And there's several elements of self-care. We talked a little bit earlier about mind awareness, or a healthy mind, and certainly taking time to practice that is important. But as well as exercise. So, 20 minutes of exercise 3 times a week can boost your immune system, can increase your mood, and can help keep you healthier. And while some of our gyms have been closed, it's really important to consider, how do I get movement at home? And, we borrowed this Martin Luther King quote: if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl, but by all means, keep moving. And I recognize that he was referencing that towards moving toward your goals and to the initiative and to the agenda. But I think we can apply that to our physical bodies as well. To me, it doesn't matter if you can simply stretch, or if you can walk, or if you can get on an elliptical, or if you have a little exercise pedaler that you have to sit in your chair and do. We really want to see you get, 5 30-minute time slots, 4 30-minute time slots a week is really good. And we included some just free sites here that are great home exercises. YouTube's amazing. You can type in anything in the search thing. If you want a 20-minute gentle stretch yoga, there. You can find little home exercise stuff, but it's really important that you get moving. One of the other things I wanted to talk about is sleep before we get into chiropractic care. So if we really go back to your self-care, I think it's absolutely important that we set aside the time to get proper sleep. We've found that getting 8 hours a night will increase your immune response by about 40 to 50%. So finding a good routine of getting into sleep and restorative sleep patterns is super, super important. With the coronavirus, there was lots of research that sleep is probably one of the most important things you could routinely do to reduce the risk of exposure and the longevity if you do become ill. So really consider sleep as part of your self-care. I personally have to promote chiropractic as a chiropractor. Chiropractic is proven in many studies. We included 2 of them here. The chiropractic care not only helps reduce your pain and help you feel like you're moving better and reduce some of your physical expression of stress, but we actually show that it helps boost down at a cellular level, boost how your body fights and reacts to illness. Massage therapy, muscle work, just these two studies show that it can actually increase how your cells work and respond to defending the body from illness. It actually can increase your body's white blood cells, helping you combat viruses, helps you feel good, reduces your physical stress. The physical contact, the gift of touch can actually be super helpful. And then proactive stress reduction. So in our office, we talk about how do we keep your body moving as well as we possibly can. And so the idea there is if we can get you out of pain and help you be able to physically endure your body's normal activities of daily living, we can keep your mind in a better spot. We can keep your physical body in a better spot. We can boost your immune system. And the inverse of that is when we're under stress, whether that's emotional stress or physical stress or the stress of pain, it's much easier for your body to get sick and harder for you to fight off infection. So we really want to encourage you, if you're not feeling your best, get in and really take care of yourself and find the ways that help your body function better. So I covered lots of different options here and some very specific options with our immune support. We at Anodyne are committed to helping you feel and function better. And our commitment is from X-ray to outcome, we're here to help. Emily is on the line. And number one, I want to know, are there any questions? I don't see any in the inventory here of questions. If there's questions, please jot those in there. If you have specific concerns about your own nutritional support or your own body's plan to help keep you healthy, we certainly are willing to entertain that, and we'll do everything we can to accommodate your questions and get you doing better. So down at the bottom again is your Q&A, and on the right-hand side, there's a chat function. So you can go ahead and chat any questions there. Otherwise, I'll end with this. It was an awesome opportunity to connect with you. There's lots of people on tonight's call, and I really appreciate that. I do apologize for the technical difficulties. So if we missed something, I'll certainly try to get that back out to you. But in summary, the most important things you can do is keep a healthy mind, keep a healthy body. And part of keeping a healthy body is proper nutritional support. And then take care of your mind and body through effective self-care. Once again, all of us here at Anodyne Pain and Wellness Solutions are here to help you feel and function better. And Emily, I'll leave this open for a little bit for any chat so that you can wrap up any conversations there. And I look forward to helping as many of you as I can get and stay well. I appreciate your time and attention tonight. Be well.